Hello, we are the team of Dani, Mireia, Laura Scardin and Anna, but Laura and Anna are making the queue for going to the plane, so we are going to say you goodbye and see you the next day.
We arrived to the airport at 4 o'clock. The plane had a delay of 2 hours. The flight lasted 8 hours. When we landed, we had another delay of 2 hours. We met with our pen pals at 4 a.m.
We woke up very early and the landscape was very beautiful. We went with our pen pals to the high school of Piscataway. We followed them and first we went to a chemistry class. Later, we went to see a military class. Our pen pals made a tour of all the school. At 11 a.m. we had lunch at the school and we continued following our pen pals. This school was very big and very different than our school.
This was the first visit to New York. First, we visited Manhattan to see the Liberty Island. Then, we visited Broadway and Wall Street. After that, we went to see the Zero Zone. And then, we went to have lunch. And finally, we visited the Brooklyn Bridge and we returned to Piscataway.
First, Laura and I went to make our nails in a aesthetic shop. Later, we went with Dani to roller skater to have fun. At night, Laura and I went to recreational room with our pen pals.
First, I went with my family to a restaurant to have brunch of a typical American breakfast. Then I went to a mall and at 4 o'clock I went to New York. I went to Madame Tussauds Museum in Brooklyn and then I went to Times Square. Finally, I entered to Empire State Building and I celebrate my 17 years old.
We went to Jersey's Garden. In that place, you can find a lot of cheaper clothes. After that, I went to Washington Rock State Park, where you can see all New Jersey.
That day was my birthday, and when we returned of Jersey Garden, I went to have dinner to a Japanese restaurant with my American family. Later, my pen pal did a surprise party in her house with my best friends and decorate all her house. At 5 a.m. we went with a coach to Washington, D.C. We made a tour with a guide and we visited the White House, Washington Monument, Vietnam Memorial, Thomas Jefferson, etc. Later we stayed at the Hotel of Washington and we went to dinner in a restaurant and had fun in the bowling.
That day rained and we did a tour in the bus. Then we visited the Aerospace Museum and we went to Trump Hotel. After that, we visited an art museum where we had lunch. Finally, we returned to Piscataway and Anna, Laura and I, we went to have dinner to Applebee's and we did a surprise to Juan for his birthday.
We didn't went to school because it was snowing. We played all the day with snow. For us was one of our favorite days.
This day was our second visit to New York. First, we visited Central Park where we took photos and we played with the snow. Then we visited the Metropolitan Museum and we went to shop and had lunch to the FIFA menu. After lunch, we visited the Rockefeller Center, where we saw all New York. Finally, we went to Times Square and returned to Piscataway.
¡Hola, España!
¡Qué mono!
That day, we went to a school and we do our expositions. At night, we went to a party. Aquila, pen pal of Laura, danced for us. We have the final dinner with all the pen pals and families. And then we went to disco, and we have very fun.
We went to Jersey Shore premium outlets to shopping. Later we went to dinner in a Chipotle. It's a restaurant of tacos. Our pen pals love it.
Last day, the family of Anna and I went to a church and we had the opportunity to saw a typical celebration. Then we saw the typical houses of America. Finally, the pen pals leave us in the school for took the bus to went to the airport and returned to Barcelona.